Antonio here, and this is Antonio with Tech. Today's video is a bit different. As you can tell from the title, it is not a review video, rather one of me showing you my first PC build, from the parts to my experience as a first-time PC builder. And in the end, I had a lot of help when selecting all the parts because I had no idea how to begin. And thank you so much to the person that helped me. It really did help a lot during the process of selecting the parts all the way to the building process and troubleshooting some of the issues that I had when I finished the build. Just a quick note, some of the footage of me actually building the PC were not fully recorded, so I'll show you as much as I can from the actual building of the PC, but I just wanted to let you know that there's some parts that will be basically time-lapse, and some of the parts might not even show in the video because the camera did not record the damn video. So let's waste some time and let's get started with the video. So the parts. The first thing I want to do is actually showcase the components that make the PC build that you see. So let's break it down. The entire build is inside of a NZXT H510 Elite case that is all black, and it cost me $149 and I bought it directly from them. PC is powered by an EVGA SuperNOVA 650 watts and it is fully modular. That cost me $129 and I bought it directly from Newegg. For the motherboard, I went with the MSI B550 Tomahawk with the socket for AM4. It also includes the USB-C Generation 2 and is prepared for the AMD processor. This motherboard does not have Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, but I did not find it necessary for me, so I decided to go with the one that didn't have it. And it cost me about $189 at Best Buy, not including tax. For the processor, I went with the AMD Ryzen 3700X, the third generation, the 8-core, 16-thread, 3.6 GHz at $329, also on Best Buy. The bootable drive and where the OS lives is a WD Blue 2TB desktop hard drive, and this was just $49 and I bought it directly from Newegg. We went the route of having a solid hard drive for this, since only just storing the actual bootable drive that has the Microsoft Word and just the minimal stuff. It has a 2TB, and we didn't find it necessary to buy something different. And since this PC is built for gaming, streaming, and editing, I added multiple storages, including a Samsung 980 Pro M2 1TB to store all the PC games. So this goes into the M2 slot and it's super fast. I haven't had an issue. I have a few games in there. I'm running them from that, and it's super fast. And it cost me $209 on Newegg. An additional two storages from Samsung, the A60 Evo 1TB, this is the internal SATA solid state drive to store all the other files, including video editing files and any other thing that I'm working on for my job or for personal use as well. Each of them cost me $109, so for a total at Best Buy of $218. For the memory, since as I said, is a PC gaming and editing PC, we went with 32 GB of memory or RAM, however you want to say it, and I went with the CORSAIR Vengeance RGB Pro. So we got two of those, come with 16 and 16, so 32, and each of those packages of two is $119. So that comes out for a total of $239.98 if you're interested in the cents, and I got it from Newegg as well. And finally, the most precious and hardest to find, god damn it, a graphics card. And I was lucky enough after weeks and weeks and weeks and basically just days after days that I would sign up for the Newegg Shuffle hoping that I would get a damn card. And lucky me, I guess, I did get a card. I wasn't trying to get the 3060, I was mostly going for a 1660, but since I couldn't get that through the Newegg Shuffle, I decided to go with the EVGA RTX 3060 XC, the 12 GB for $329. Lucky me, I would have had to pay probably about $1,000 for this card if I have not been able to find it on Newegg through the Shuffle, so thank you so much for that. And I was lucky enough to not be a bot buying it and to actually get a damn card. So I guess that's good. Now let's move into the actual build. As I mentioned earlier, it will be a shorter time lapse than expected since a large portion of the videos did not record, and I'm kind of mad about it, but it's okay. I'll show you what I was able to record in just a kind of a montage / time lapse. I know what you're thinking. If you have built a PC before, why in the hell are you building on the floor and on a damn rug? Well, I had to just for the moment. I felt that I needed more space, and my desk for some reason, although it's a pretty big desk as you can see, it was hard to build it here, so I decided to go with the floor. I probably should have just gone with the hardwood, but decided to go with the rug. So probably not the best idea to come from me, but all right, just wanted to say that. Now a quick performance review. I'm not super familiar with how to properly conduct a performance review on computers, so I will save it and I won't do that. So in this section, I'll discuss briefly how it works for me as a content creator for YouTube, as a social media manager, as a streamer on Twitch, and as someone who games pretty consistently. So don't take this as a professional review or any sort of thing of benchmarking or anything like that. I edit mostly files in 4K, and this build has proved to be super competent in handling the editing with literally no issues, or on 4K footage, editing in Premiere Pro, and it's pretty smooth. Like, I really don't have many issues. It kind of renders pretty fast. It exports 8-minute videos in less than 10 minutes, so that's a huge plus. I was waiting an hour on the other computer to export it. When it comes to streaming and gaming, I started streaming at 1080p and 60 frames per second, and honestly, I haven't seen a drop frame ever since. So with the new PC that's running super smooth, I don't play a lot of games that are super highly intensive. The biggest game that I recently played that might be super intensive might be the medium, just because of the dual kind of screen. I usually just play DBD, some Fortnite, and a few other games, horror games specifically. So not so much of like the heavy kind of duty like games. I guess the hardest would be the medium, and it ran it, no issues, streaming at 1080p, 60 frames per second, no problems there. Overall, the cooling and noise is pretty low. Even when I changed the settings on the NZXT Cam app for the fans to run at performance, I didn't see too many issues. I know some people were complaining about the noise sometimes or the not properly cooling. I haven't had an issue to the best of my knowledge yet. I haven't had any sort of issue with the computer freezing or shutting down or having any of those issues. I will keep you updated if that does happen in the future. I don't see it happening. I mean, it has a lot of fans inside, and I don't think it should be an issue. Except for the actual performance of the computer, just my take on it. So yeah, it's just for what I do, and it's not a specific benchmarking or any sort of specific test that I ran it. It's just kind of the use day-to-day for at least like a week and a half, 2 weeks before recording this video. So now my experience as building a PC. So what about my experience as a first-time PC builder? I had a great time learning a new skill and researching everything from building the computer to setting it up, and all these things require a lot of patience. And as someone who can struggle with patience, this forced me to be patient and to take a step back. And if I needed to stop, once I finished building it, I finished the computer within 2 days. It was one afternoon and then the next morning. And I had to do that because I had issues with the computer not wanting to turn on, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But the process had its moments, especially after I completed it. As I was saying, the build, or at least I thought I had finished the PC, and I sent a message to the person that helped me select the parts and who told me, if you need any help while you're building it, just shoot me a message. So I shoot them a message. I asked them, hey, this is what's going on. I explain it, blah, 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 blah. And I realized I had not plugged in the CPU to the PSU. Rookie mistake. And also I had plugged in the GPU to the CPU slot on the power supply. What were you thinking, Antonio? It says CPU in all white on the power supply in all caps in all white. Lesson of the story is don't continue building when you're tired, so take a break. That's the biggest takeaway of that specific issue that happened. Overall, other than that, the overall experience was super smooth, and especially for being my first time, I think I did a pretty good job of being able to build it with very minimal help and just having the help of the end. And honestly, it was just a kind of like a rookie mistake. I didn't fully read because I was just so excited to get the computer running that I didn't read that it said CPU on the power supply. Honestly, the hardest part about this entire process was quite honestly being able to get a damn graphics card. Like, that was literally the hardest thing. It took me almost 2.5 months to be able to hunt down a fucking graphics card. And I ended up being able to get it to Newegg, but I was this close to getting one from eBay and getting scammed by those damn scalpers. But lucky moment, I was able to get the RTX 3060. And because of that, it improved kind of what I was expecting for the PC. I was just expecting to just get a GTX 1660. So huge upgrade from that. And it should last me for years to come. And it also gives us the ability to learn new skills, maybe use some Blender, maybe Unreal, whatever it might be. It just gives us the ability to do that. This video is of course not a full breakdown on the PC itself or how it performs, at least in depth. I'm not an expert in that, and I might do a video later on with more specifics, but I might just stay away from that because I think the focus for this video is to kind of just showcase the computer and just talk about my experience as a first-time PC builder. So that's it for today's video. If you did like this video, just make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. I mean, honestly, it does help. I'm super happy to be here and super happy to be able to do these videos. I do want to keep helping all of you that watch these videos with reviews and with showcasing kind of just overall things related to tech. So thanks again, and if you have any questions or have thoughts about the computer, drop a comment down below. I read all of them. So yeah, that's about it, and I'll catch you all in the next video, probably in about 2 weeks. I'm just gonna say 2 weeks. I'm not gonna say 1 week. I keep saying 1 week and it never happens. So I'll see you all in 2 weeks. So bye bye.